dear lord, it is hot in this shed. I need to get out of here. This video might have a day extra between it and the most recent one, so I might have to push it out 3 days. We'll see, because I just can't stay in this heat. It's about 45 degrees in here, and when I'm recording I can't have the fan on or anything, so it makes way too much noise. So 45 degrees, or for my American friends, that's, what, 110 Fahrenheit? It's warm. It's toasty. But I'll do this. I was going to do a boulder opal, but I met up with friends the other day and they went on a trip to Central Australia and stopped by Coober Pedy, and one of the kids, Harrison, he went noodling for a little while and came across, he showed me about half a kilo worth of opal. But I went through and sifted it into a couple grades so he can practice and just get in. He hasn't done much with opal, so he's just getting into it. And we love getting young kids into it, so he's going to have a bit of a play. But I've put aside a few pieces here that you can see that showed some serious potential. Ones that I thought I'd just have a crack at carving them up. So I basically got this one here. It's really thin, so it's going to be a tough one for him to carve, so I said I'd do it for him. But it does have a thin red line all the way through on every side. So I'll see if I can scrub something out of that. Here we've got a big piece of shell, and I'll try to get something out of that, possibly. It's got some bright colour. It might be a bit weird shaped, but we'll hope for the best. Here we've got this nice triangular green flash. So the noodling patch that he was going through seemed to have a lot of shell fossil. So a lot of crystal material. So a lot like that, but that one's one of the more vibrant ones. And then see, here's another one with a bit of a red flash, bit of shell. And then there was this one. This one really stood out. So look at this. He found this with 30 minutes of noodling. So I saw that as soon as I put it in water and set that one aside. And this is the one that we'll focus on in this video. I'll try to get as best material as I can get out of it. I'll keep it mainly for carrots, even though I probably could cut a nice teardrop out of it. We'll see how we go, but I really want to give him as much good opal back as I possibly can, so we'll see how that goes. And, this has got to have some potential, as long as there's no real cracks or anything that I can't see. There doesn't seem to be any. It's a pretty good intact piece. No sand to worry about. I'm just hoping some of this cleans up pretty nice, the bottom clean up, and we might even get a nice double-sided thick stone out of this, so he'll be over the moon with that. If there were enough people locally that would just hand me a whole heap of opal to cut for them for the channel, I would do it for $0, because at least this keeps me going and gets me content, and yeah, who cares if I don't make anything from it? I don't really need to. And if I can get a young kid interested in opal, then I'm gonna try my best. So look at that, nice multicolour. We'll give it a quick weigh. Actually, I'll do a quick little measure as well. So, because I'm talking about this possibly being a nice double-sided stone. Look, that colour bar is almost skin to skin, and it's over 6 mils thick. For the US peeps, there you go, 1/4 inch. So it's quite a thick piece. Now if we give it a quick little weigh, it's a little bit wet, but look at that, it's a bit over 3 carats. If I can get a nice 2 carat clean little piece out of this, I think we're going to be able to hand him back something decent. And he didn't think he had anything in that bag. We'll prove him wrong. Let's get into it. All I can say is wow. This kid is going to be so happy when he sees this video. I plucked out 5 pieces of reasonable potential and just picked this one as the first one to do. The other ones have similar kind of potential, not as thick, but a lot of colour. And look how this one has delivered. Now I'm not going to speed up the footage because I want him to be able to see exactly how I've uncovered it and what the process was like, so he can experience it for himself. But look at this colour, and I've pulled up just short of the best of the colour. So because I was using a fairly coarse grit diamond, and I was using the blue because it doesn't chip, so I didn't want to risk losing any of this. I want to keep it a fairly natural shape and just basically get as much opal out of this as possible so he can just keep it on his shelf or desk or whatever. But have a look at the colour. I'd be happy to find this noodling for half an hour. Look at that. And that red and blue is going to end up across the entire face, I'm hoping. You can see it just there, and I've pulled up just short where this green is starting to come up. So the green will probably completely disappear once we get to the next section. I'm going to stop the video here or it'll get too long because I don't want to speed up the footage. So this is it at its rough rub stage. We'll trim the edges a little bit just so that I don't hurt my Black Nova, and then we're just going to polish it as is and just show him exactly what he's got here, because this is an incredible piece to find just noodling while you're staying in a caravan park at Coober Pedy. This is insane. It's probably one of the better opals I've cut in terms of colour for quite a while. And it's not that small. I'm sure it's still fairly large. We'll weigh it at the end and see how we go, because there's a little bit more to come off yet. But it's going to be a well over a 1 carat stone with this kind of colour is just amazing. I mean, I want to zoom in just a little bit more. Look at it. That is spectacular. I can't believe it. I'm sure he's going to be shocked as well. So you can see there, it's still fairly rough. It's a fairly rough rub. We've still got a little bit of heavy hitting to do, but not much. And then yeah, part 2 we'll just be polishing this up. And I'll hand it back to him and say, well done, you've found an absolute gem. And then I'm going to have to work on the other pieces. Because have a look at that. That's incredible. Yeah, oh well, that's it. That's part 1. I'll upload this and let him see it for himself, and then we'll move on to the next part. Let's get this thing a nice finished gem, because it deserves a proper treatment, this one. Absolutely amazing.